on the ongoing confirmation process of electors. Join Legal Affairs and You at 8 p.m. this Thursday. The guest is Attorney at Law Duncan Stowe, the chairman of Dominica's Electoral Commission. Tune in this Thursday at 8 p.m. on radio, Facebook, and YouTube. Know your rights, know the law, know your responsibility. Legal Affairs and You on National Broadcaster, DBS Radio.
Fair and balanced, unbiased and clear, concise and accurate. This is the DBS Evening News. Here now is your presenter with the headlines.
Good evening and welcome to the DBS Evening News. In the headlines, construction of a national abattoir in Layu Valley is nearing completion. In news from the region, new cabinet for St. Lucia to be sworn in tomorrow, and internationally, severe disruption hits Portugal in first general strike for 12 years. These are the headlines. I'm your presenter, Alian Christopher. The details of the DBS Major News when we return.
This Christmas, Flow's making the season merrier when you add postpaid to internet. Unwrap a new smartphone for only $10. Plus, we're giving you 35% off your mobile bill and win even more goodies with our Spin the Wheel Christmas promotion. This Christmas, the rewards are on us. Add postpaid to your internet plan today in-store or visit discoverflow.co for more info. Terms and conditions apply. Flow, we keep your Christmas rhythm flowing.
DBS News.
Welcome back. We welcome listeners of Acoustic Worship Radio. First up in the news, construction of a national abattoir in Layu Valley is nearing completion. Minister for Agriculture, Roland Roye, says the $5.7 million facility will provide opportunities for pork and poultry farmers.
We are wrapping up the construction of a national abattoir, and testing of the processing line is expected next week. For the first time in Dominica, we'll have a modern, regulated processing facility for pork and poultry, and expanding capacity for agro-entrepreneurs and improve food safety and traceability standards. The facility will enable farmers to participate more competitively in national markets while working towards reducing the importation of meat by 30% by the year 2030. To ensure a reliable supply to the abattoir, the government has invested in constructing resilient livestock pens for over 200 pork and poultry farmers. This is unprecedented investment in livestock, and the infrastructure demonstrates our commitment in building a strong, sustainable value chain.
Minister for Agriculture, Roland Roye. Meantime, Roye says government is investing heavily in the citrus industry.
We are aggressively rebuilding Dominica's citrus industry to restore it to its former prominence and expand it beyond past levels. 50,000 plants are currently being propagated. Distribution of selected varieties has already begun, supporting farmers with improved genetics and greater market potential. To ensure long-term resilience in the citrus sector, we are constructing a citrus certification facility at Londonderry, now 80% completed. This state-of-the-art facility will have the capacity to produce 50,000 clean plants, ensures disease-free propagation, and supports sustainable orchards and export potential. This is a game changer for Dominica and positions the country as a regional leader in certified planting material.
Minister for Agriculture, Roland Roye. Health Minister Kasani Laville says 2 initiatives completed between Dominica and the People's Republic of China this morning will add value to the Dominica-China Friendship Hospital. The handover ceremony for Chinese government medical supplies took place at the Dominica-China Friendship Hospital, and there was the signing and plaque unveiling ceremony for the Ganzhou Medical University Overseas Training Center.
Today's donation of medical supplies, it further strengthens our health system, enhancing service delivery, supporting patient care, and improving our various diagnostics across all departments. Equally significant is the establishment of the Medical University Overseas Medical Training Center. This center represents a new pillar of cooperation focusing on knowledge, skills, and innovation. Through this initiative, our medical professionals will benefit from advanced learning opportunities, exposure to new techniques, and enhanced competency aligned with global standards. It is a long-term investment in a sustainable, resilient health system that will benefit generations of Dominicans. This partnership has consistently demonstrated rapid support during emergencies, pandemics, and natural disasters.
Health Minister Kasani Laville. Minister of State in the Ministry of Public Works, Public Utilities, Telecoms and Broadcasting, Shakira Lockhart-Hippolyte says government's investment into the agriculture sector is encouraging. She told the third awards ceremony for farmers and fisherfolk on Wednesday that their efforts will not go unnoticed.
Government's robust policy of economic transformation is seen through many initiatives such as the provision of new boats, engines and gears to fisherfolks, and serious investment in agriculture and agro-processing and manufacturing. To our awardees, your stories of grit and triumph inspires us all. Whether it's adopting innovative farming practices, leading community projects, or pushing boundaries in fisheries management, you're charting the course for Dominica's growth. Your dedication is a testament to what's possible when passion meets purpose. Your heroic efforts are not without challenges, for you have made the sacrifices and maintained your focus. The role of government is to continue to guide and facilitate your continued development.
Minister of State in the Ministry of Public Works and Public Utilities, Shakira Lockhart-Hippolyte. She represented Roseau Central MP Melissa Skerritt at Wednesday's awards ceremony. Salisbury farmer Stefan John Jules has been named Dominica's Farmer of the Year for 2025. John Jules was among several in the agricultural and fisheries sectors recognized yesterday by the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Blue and Green Economy.
Our 2025 Farmer of the Year, Mr. Stefan John Jules, rises from the rich farming heritage of Salisbury, where his grandfather planted the seeds of passion that became his life's calling. Today, cultivating 25 acres of crops to include exotic fruits, pineapples, yams, citrus, vegetables, and root crops, he supplies fresh, quality produce to markets across Dominica, strengthening food security, advancing the rural economy, and showcasing resilience and sustainability in every harvest. Mr. John Jules is a model agripreneur. He thinks big and he plants big and he harvests even bigger. Rain or shine, Mr. John Jules is devoted for his unwavering dedication, exemplary stewardship of the land, and exceptional contribution to national food security. We proudly honor him and we proudly salute Mr. Stefan John Jules, the Farmer of the Year for 2025.
That's Master of Ceremonies Sheena Harry. Meantime, Shane DeGallery has been named Fisherfolk of the Year.
The Fisherfolk of the Year Award. We're proud to present to you our Fisherfolk of the Year, Mr. Shane DeGallery, a dedicated full-time fisherman with over 21 years of service to Dominica's blue economy. Operating from the Roseau Fisheries Complex, he leads a three-man crew, strengthening rural livelihoods and supporting national food security. Mr. DeGallery is known for his professionalism, safety at sea practices, and his commitment to training and sustainability. His accurate and timely data submissions greatly enhance fisheries management and marine resource protection. For his leadership, resilience, and outstanding contribution to sustainable fisheries development, we proudly recognize Mr. Shane DeGallery.
And of course, that is the Master of Ceremonies, Sheena Harry. A platform to showcase local entrepreneurs within the culinary sector is set for tomorrow. This as the Dominica Youth Business Trust, the DYBT, will hold its third annual DYBT's Caterers Showcase at the Prevo Cinemall from 10 a.m. Coordinator of the Dominica Youth Business Trust, Philip Roll, says this showcase will present these entrepreneurs with the opportunity to grow their business ventures.
The purpose of the Caterer Showcase is really to provide culinary entrepreneurs, is to provide them with a platform to be able to present their offerings to the public. What we've done at the DYBT is that we've written to over 60 organizations, both public and private sector, inviting them to the Caterer Showcase because we recognize that the month of December in particular is a very festive time, and it is a time where you may very well need a caterer. So we're trying to put, young caterers in a position to be able to get new clients thereafter. So one of the key things that we've done is encourage all of the participants to provide samples, because, if a picture tells 1,000 words, a sample will do that much more, and will hopefully encourage persons to utilize the services of a particular caterer. The showcase will run from 10 a.m. to about 3 p.m. tomorrow, and while there are samples being provided, the entrepreneurs will have items available for purchase as well. The event is open to the public. We have a short ceremony in the morning, and then the showcase is open.
And that's coordinator of the Dominica Youth Business Trust, Philip Roll. In other news, Dominica and Barbados have inked a Memorandum of Understanding, an MOU, aimed at promoting multi-destination tourism packages with a focus on festival products between the two countries. The arrangement was finalized during a press conference at the Island Inn Hotel in Barbados on Monday. This partnership follows closely on the heels of another MOU signed 2 months earlier that allows for full free movement between citizens of Barbados, Dominica, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Belize. Communications and Public Relations Specialist at the Discover Dominica Authority, Monel Alexis, stated that this partnership would create more opportunities for Barbadian creatives to participate in Dominica's festivities, particularly Mass Dominic 2026. She noted that while Dominican events frequently feature regional performers, including artists from Barbados, the collaboration with over 30 carnival-related fetes in the upcoming season is expected to open new pathways for musicians, designers, DJs, and other creatives. Alexis also mentioned that Dominica would welcome Barbados staging promotional activities ahead of Crop Over 2026. Director in the Caribbean office at the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc., Graham Clark, highlighted that there is a growing connection between Barbados and Dominica in terms of air travel and cultural exchanges. He stated that the collaboration would involve both countries jointly promoting multi-destination travel packages, coordinating media exchanges, strengthening airlift, and supporting each other's major festival products. Sawa Sawa, Woksok, and Queen Sandy are among 45 Calypsonians who will hit the stage for Grand Calypso eliminations this Saturday. President of the Dominica Calypso Association, Gregory Caressa Rivera, says the stage is set for the event. The Grand Calypso eliminations will take place at the factory on Valley Road from 8 p.m.
All is set for Calypso eliminations this Saturday at the factory on Valley Road. We expect 45 Calypsonians to grace the stage. Of course, we will be seeing the return of Queen Sandy. We also have the dynamic Masculine Plume. We will be seeing the comeback of the Predator and also the Unknown. This year you will see a mixture of comedy, humor, satire, real hard-hitting political commentary, social commentary as well. To add a little flavor to this year's eliminations, we'll be offering a VIP party zone for the very first time. And of course, we expect our usual, the Mighty Thunder. We expect Lady Baku, Sawa Sawa, Walks Up has a very big song this time around. Of course, a number of all over the country, the persons who didn't make the semi-finals last year, they are also part of the eliminations. So we expect a real big eliminations this year.
President of the Dominica Calypso Association, Gregory Caressa Rivera. Dominicans are being advised that the Ministry of Agriculture is offering permits for keeping wildlife in captivity during the closure of the hunting season. During the off-season, Dominicans are not allowed to hunt wildlife or any invasive species. However, the ministry is now granting permits to individuals who wish to keep wildlife in captivity. Assistant Forest Officer Josh Barron made the announcement during the Ministry of Environment radio program on DBS Radio this morning.
The Forestry and Wildlife Division, we actually sell permits, do wildlife in captivity. So in the off-season, you are allowed to buy a permit to have wildlife in captivity. The Forestry Division will go to your area where you are keeping the wildlife and make sure it's suitable to for whatever wildlife that you are rearing, and we will do all due diligence by going there, having a survey of the area, seeing if it's fit for you to have these wildlife in captivity. You can start breeding them and eat your wildlife throughout the year. I know Mr. Eugene, the Officer for Protection, he was mentioning to me that we should probably start school programs where we probably get some schools involved in wildlife in captivity, where they would be able to rear the wildlife and they would have their own chance to start that program and start that stewardship in Dominica. The Forestry Division they are giving permits for wildlife in captivity for your year. You pay your money, you get your site visit from forestry, you get the green light, and you rear your agoutis, your manikou. Crabs may be hard, but it is possible to do that if you have the knowledge, or even that knowledge can be developed and we can start doing those things. So it is possible to rear wildlife in captivity in Dominica.
Assistant Forest Officer Josh Barron. That's the national focus, regional and international news. Up next.
This Christmas, Flo's making the season merrier when you add postpaid to internet. Unwrap a new smartphone for only $10. Plus, we're giving you 35% off your mobile bill and win even more goodies with our Spin the Wheel Christmas promotion. This Christmas, the rewards are on us. Add postpaid to your internet plan today in-store or visit discoverflow.co for more info. Terms and conditions apply. Flow, we keep your Christmas rhythm flowing.
DBS News.
Welcome back in news from the region. St. Lucia's Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre will announce his new cabinet on Friday. Pierre was sworn in on December 5th following his St. Lucia Labour Party's crushing defeat of the United Workers' Party at the December 1 polls. At the swearing-in for his second term, the Prime Minister added 2 new ministries to his portfolio. He will hold the ministries of Constituency, Development and People Empowerment, in addition to continuing as Minister for Finance, National Security and Justice. For his first term, Pierre came into government with 13 members of parliament who were all given ministerial positions. 2 successful independent candidates were handed ministries, while the 2 unsuccessful St. Lucia Labour Party candidates were made junior ministers. Internationally, dozens of flights and trains have been cancelled. Schools closed and hospital operations postponed in cities across Portugal as the 2 main union federations stage a general strike over unprecedented labour reforms. Public transport was down to a minimum service in many areas, and unions said refused collections were at a standstill as the strike took place today. The last time the 2 unions joined forces was during the Eurozone debt crisis in 2013. 12 years later, Portugal's economy has become the fastest growing in the Eurozone in recent months, but Prime Minister Luis Montenegro says it is still necessary to tackle inflexibilities in the labor market so companies can be more profitable and workers have better salaries as a result. That's the news. The sports report up next.
Covering the nation and beyond, DBS Sports Report.
Well, welcome to the DBS Sports Report. We bowl off with cricket. Alex Armstrong produced a man-of-the-match performance to lead the Dominica Under-15 to their third straight win as the Windward Island Winlot Under-15 cricket competition continued. Dominica took on Grenada today. Dominica won the toss and opted to field first. They bowled the home team for 72 in 33.3 overs. Dylan Joseph picked up 3 wickets for 4 runs and Alex Armstrong 3 wickets for 12 runs. Dominica in reply reached the target in 13.1 overs. They finished 73 for 2. Alex Armstrong got an unbeaten 37 from 40 balls and Jashawn Joseph a runner ball 16. Alex Armstrong spoke briefly with DBS Sports following Dominica's win over Grenada.
My mindset was, I just saw the pitch, I was like deciding to score runs. It was a good backing pitch, and so from the start the bowlers bowled good and we was on top from the start, a lot of energy, and we came out, we bat good, bat out the overs and scored the runs. We confidence high and everybody's up for the challenge. 2 more games to go, so we plan on winning both of them.
And that's the man of the match, Alex Armstrong. Captain of the Dominica team, Jashawn Joseph, said the win means a lot for the team.
I think the win means a lot because boys have been working really hard, bowling and batting twice. I think it was bowling consistent lines, and then when it comes to batting, just play the ball as soon as you can, try to figure out. I think the message was to just not give away the wicket, play the ball on the merit where it is, and try to play any wide shots. I think we will just keep up the energy on the rest day, have some rest, and then come out for the next game.
And that's captain of the Dominica team, Jashawn Joseph. Well, head coach Ray Kazimi says he's pleased with the team's performance thus far.
Yeah, well, our game plan was to go out there and just to win, to stay on top. Seeing that we have won our first game or second game, winning this game we were in front, given that most of the teams had lost already. St. Vincent lost, St. Lucia lost, Grenada lost. We winning 3 straight games will put us right on top for being champions. So I just ask my boys to go out there and be free with themselves and go out and work hard and to win this game, bring this game home, put us on top. Well, when things came to Grenada, we only had, God bless, there was rain and we got a little training down at the army base just below where we live. And we work on our line and lens, the fast bowlers. I had them attacking the storms. Even in the games, I really tell them we need to bowl wicket to wicket, set the tone, especially our 2 fast bowlers, the captain and Island John, who are our third fast bowlers. We know Island third fast bowlers. I tell them they have to come and dominate this cricket. Now I come out and early up, get wickets and put the batting on the back foot. So they did that. As you can see, throughout the game, 3 games we played, our fast bowlers came in and getting the wicket. That's our strength. My key focus in the next match is to get some of my other players involved in the game. As you can see, we have been making light work of the teams. I just want to see some of my other players, my wicketkeeper, I haven't gotten a bat. I want to see some of them getting a bat. Maybe next game we will look to bat first and see if we can put a big total on the board.
Well, that's head coach of the Dominica Under-15 team, Ray Kazimi. Jaden Bristol picked up the only 2 wickets for Grenada. He had figures of 2 for 19 from 5 overs. Tomorrow has been designated a rest day for the teams, and games continue on Saturday with Dominica taking on St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Well, still with more cricket. The West Indies, they will need a big effort with the bat tonight as they look to position themselves for their first test victory against New Zealand since 1995. The Windies, they were 32 for 2 at stumps on day 2. They are currently batting at 45 for 2. The Windies, they had earlier dismissed the Black Caps for 278. So the scores in that match so far, the West Indies 205 and now 45 for 2. The 2 batsmen here at the middle, Kavem Hodge unbeaten on 13 and Brandon King unbeaten on 17. So the West Indies 45-2. They still trail by 28 runs. Meanwhile, veteran cricket commentator Ozzie Lewis says the Windies would need to bat long and post a respectable total in order to force a victory over the Kiwis. However, he believes the home side has the slight edge over the Windies team.
So far, very interesting test match, very gripping. And in fact, with the West Indies and New Zealand coming from this epic first test match, which was drawn, I think there are some tired bodies still, because this match is only 3 days after the first test match, which went right down to the 5th day and final day, and the West Indies pulled off this amazing draw to draw this test match. So I would think that the West Indies will have to bat now and get a lead of at least 200 odd, so they have to get close to 300 runs to make their case to be in a position where they can force a victory. They would have to get something like, they said about 200 odd. So I think it's still very much in the balance, although I would think that the Kiwis, as you say, New Zealand team, have the slight edge.
Well, that's veteran cricket commentator Ozzie Lewis. Of course, West Indies, they are 45-2 currently. President of the We United Football Club, Cleavon Vidal, has highlighted the remarkable journey of the young football standout Alison Gasper, describing him as one of the club's most hardworking and well-deserving athletes. Alison Gasper, a student of the Castlebrooke Secondary School, is one of 2 young Dominican athletes to have been awarded the 2025-2026 Thea Lafont-Gatson and Flow Sports Scholarship. The other athlete is Neola Allen of the Wesley High School, a multi-event track and field athlete with several national medals. The scholarship offered by Flo Dominica and Olympic gold medalist Thea Lafont-Gatson provides each student with 1 year of high-speed broadband, a $1,500 school grant, and mentorship from Lafont-Gatson and Team Flo. The club's president says Gasper has been a hard worker on the field and in his academics as well.
Alison has been making a name for himself in football from a very early age, as he started playing for We United at the age of 7 and also represented his high school in a number of categories, which even gave him the name the poster boy at one point for the Castlebrooke Secondary. Alison played in the U15, U17 and U20 for the Castlebrooke Secondary School. Alison is currently one of the most instrumental players on the U18 We United team and plays as the youngest player for the Premier team over the past 2 years. Alison not only represented in football locally, he also hit the international stage where he played for the U15, U17 and is currently training for the U20 national team. Alison believes the harder he works in training, the easier the games will be ahead of him. And he also exercised the same caution towards his education, where he speaks 2 languages, French and English. As a young footballer, Alison is considered a leader in his community and in his high school, where young players look up to him and respect his hard working ethic and dedication to his schoolwork. I would like to say thanks again to Thea Lafont-Gatson and the Flow team for handing this scholarship to Alison, a well-deserving athlete in that, if I may say so myself.
That's president of the We United Football Club, Cleavon Vidal. The DFA Division 1 President's Cup Championship gets underway later tonight. Fonkole FC will take on Exodus Football Club from 7 p.m. at the DFA Technical Center. Meanwhile, Bath Estate FC advanced to the quarterfinals of the competition without even taking the field. Bath Estate was set to take on Wayne George Academy last night in the round of 16. However, the Wayne George Academy did not show up for that match. The 8 teams into the quarterfinals are Mighty Avengers, Bath Estate, Fonkole FC, South City FC, Exodus FC, Warner Football Club, Tarish United and All Saints FC. Meantime, lots more football action has been scheduled for the coming days. Public Relations Officer for the Dominica Football Association is Ebby Lawrence.
These are the list of scheduled games for the Dominica Football Association. U15 tournament and that of the U18, as well as the quarterfinals of the President Cup. Tomorrow, Warner Sports Club will do battle with Do It Center Mighty Avengers at 7 p.m. at the Stock Farm Technical Center. That is the quarterfinals of the President's Cup. On Saturday, doubleheader in the U15, Point Michel FC versus Southeast FC at 2 p.m. and We United versus Roosevelt Scary Bombers at 4 p.m. These are the U15 boys semi-finals 1 and 2. On Saturday at 7 p.m., ACS Starish United will do battle with the winners of Do It Center and or Warner. And on Sunday in the U18, Point Michel will come against Harlem United SC at 4 p.m., while South City will do battle with All Saints at 6:30 p.m. These games are scheduled for the Stock Farm Technical Center. This is Eddie Lawrence, PRO, reporting.
All thanks to the Public Relations Officer, Ebby Lawrence, for that report. Quinton de Kock's 90 from 47 balls powered South Africa to a massive 51-run win over India to level the T20 series at 1 game apiece. South Africa was sent into bat by India. The South Africans posted 213 for 4 off the back of de Kock's 47-ball 90. Donovan Ferreira contributed 30 to the scorecard. Aiden Makram got 29 and David Miller 20. Varun Chakravarti took 2 for 29 and Aksa Patel 1 for 27. India in reply were bundled out for 162 in the final over. Tilak Vama topped the run chart with 62, Jitesh Sharma 27, and Aksa Patel 21, and Hardik Pandya 20. Othniel Batman was the chief destroyer for the South African unit. He picked up 4 for 24 from his 4 overs. Lungi Ngidi, Marco Jansen, and Luthio Simpamla had 2 wickets each. South Africa winning by 51 runs to level the T20 series at 1-1. Finally, Mumbai Emirates dominated the Abu Dhabi Knight Riders today in the 11th match of the International League T20 in Abu Dhabi. Knight Riders, they batted first and scored 122. Alishan Sarafu got 38. Faruqi claimed 4 for 14 in 3.3 overs, and Kamindu Mendes 3 for 21. Needing 123 to win, Johnny Besto powered his team to a 7-wicket win. He struck an unbeaten 49, Tom Banton got 29, and Mohammad Wasim 27. Mumbai finished 123 for 3 in 13.5 overs. Kamindu Mendes was named the player of the match. And we'll just tell you, a wicket has fallen. That's Brandon King. He fell for 22. So the West Indies, they have lost another wicket, the wicket a run out. So the West Indies, I believe they are 50 for the loss of 3. The new batsman coming in, Shea Hope. Of course, that's a wrap on the news and sports. On behalf of the News and Sports Department and our links person this evening, Joseph Fadul, I'm Arlian Christopher saying good evening.
Community Bulletin Board.
Good evening and welcome to the evening edition of the DBS Radio Community Bulletin Board. It is the 11th day of December 2025. We head straight into the general announcements and what's on the DBS Radio Community Bulletin Board. Applications are invited from suitably qualified persons to fill the position of Social Development Planner, Ministry of Finance, Economic Development, Climate Resilience and Social Security. Duties and responsibilities. Under the supervision of the Financial Secretary, the Social Development Planner performs a variety of functions to include initiate social policy instruments and provide social advice and guidance for effective policy development and implementation, provide support to relevant agencies to ensure the adaptation and utilization of social sector policies, initiates collaboration with relevant agencies to ensure the alignment of strategies, programs, projects to sector policies, undertakes social research to inform policies of the National Assessment Team, provides interpretation of social data and issues to facilitate decision-making, coordinates the activities of the National Assessment Team or NAT, facilitates the implementation of approved social development and protection programs to safeguard the interest of vulnerable groups, participates in national disaster preparation, response and recovery activities in accordance with the Disaster Management Standard Operating Procedures and Climate Resilience and Recovery Plan for the purpose of achieving a collective approach to building national resilience. Skills, competencies, knowledge required as follows: knowledge of the Finance and Audit Act 63(1), knowledge of financial and finance and stores regulation, knowledge in climate resilience and adaptability, competence in resilience principles, ability to conduct research and analyze data, ability to work with computers and accounting software, ability to think strategically and exercise sound judgment in decision-making, and excellent written and oral communication skills. Minimum qualifications and experience. Applicants should possess a master's degree in economics, social development, sociology, social planning,